Hello everyone, you are very welcome to view my presentation today on our BSc International Hospitality Management programme at Ulster University. And we are delighted to be able to present to you today an overview of the programme. My name is Simon Russell and I am the course director for the programme here on our Belfast campus. So what are we going to cover today? We're going to look at why you would like to choose to study International Hospitality Management, what you will learn, how you will be taught, how we will support you, and also then some of our future careers opportunities that are available to you as well. So first of all, why study International Hospitality Management at Ulster University? One of the key things to bear in mind whenever we are thinking about our university degree programme is that the course itself is accredited by the industry. So the Institute of Hospitality keeps a very careful eye on our course and makes sure that it is fit for purpose for any graduates who are entering into the world of hospitality. So the Institute of Hospitality look at our modules, look at how they're being delivered and the content, and they then sign that off as being something that is fit for industry, and very much part of what we do is to make sure that what we are delivering ensures that our graduates are ready for industry upon graduation. Industry engagement is also a huge piece of our selling point for our degree programme here in Belfast as well, and we are very thankful that industry support us here at Ulster University, and it is those key influencers from within the sector who give up their time and come in and speak to our students to make sure that our students are very much aware of what is going on in the industry, and they're kept abreast of what changes there may be and the various impacts and implications around how our industry is changing. And that's always really important for our students, to have that link and that connection with the real world through our industry guest lecturers and speakers. And we always try to make sure that there are opportunities for those people to come in, but also that our students are able to go out and enjoy some of the hospitality around Northern Ireland and get to experience that as well. We're also very fortunate in that we, as part of our course within the first year and second year, provide all of our students with real life scenarios. So the Academy restaurant, which is something that you'll hear about as we go through the presentation, really is the jewel in our crown here at Ulster University on the Belfast campus. It is a state-of-the-art restaurant that is semi-commercial and semi-educational as well. And all of our students in first year and second year get to have the opportunity to carry out their teaching and training within this world-class facility in years 1 and 2. And those 2 years really are so crucial in making sure that all of our students get to really appreciate and understand what is required in hospitality, and it is a really good opportunity for our students to learn and develop their skills in a safe environment. And for us, having the commercial part alongside this Academy restaurant gives our students that added extra, whereby they are working alongside industry professionals and learning as they are developing through their time with us. So the initial understanding, I suppose, of the modules that we have within hospitality management, we've got a bit of a breakdown here as to what they may entail for you. And the first one you'll note is food and beverage operations. And as I mentioned previously, food and beverage operations is really crucial for all of our students to really get in and understand the whole operations and life within hospitality. So we use the Academy restaurant, we use the restaurant part of it, we use our kitchen parts of it as well to introduce all of our students to food and beverage operations. And that happens in first year and in second year. The Business of Hospitality is another module that we introduce all of our students to in the semester 1 of first year, and it's really setting in context, where is our industry? Where does it sit within the world of business? We also talk about contemporary marketing practice and understanding some of the marketing that goes on in and around our industry and how we then utilise it through our modules. It's also important here to note that in year 1, our students have the opportunity to choose between tourism and events management. And what happens is that in semester 2 of year 1, you have the opportunity to sort of specialise in a particular area. And we have students who will come onto our programme, and tourism will be something that they want to specialise in. And they will start that in year 1 and in year 2 and in final year as well. And that means that they will graduate with a degree in international hospitality management with a specialism in tourism. If you don't want to go down the tourism route, you have the opportunity then to do events management instead. Okay, so that is one of your 2 options that you have in year 1. Other modules, as you go right through the degree programme, starts to really focus in on leadership and professional development, managing talent and productivity, and strategic management as well. And I think it's key here that you understand that the degree programme itself is fundamentally a business management degree. And what we do then is that we specialise obviously all of those fundamental areas into hospitality, and we really focus down on how hospitality is affected and how your business management is affected by hospitality there. The degree programme itself is designed to give you the skills and experiences needed to start your career. Okay, so we are very much aware of the fact that when our students enter in to the degree programme in first year, they may have little or no experience. Okay, so whenever we see you in September 2023, we don't expect you to have experience in the restaurant, for instance, and that is something then that we concentrate on in the first year of your study. And you will start to develop and understand the whole fundamentals around service aspects, and you will begin then to develop your confidence in and around that in the real life situation in the academy restaurant. So what we're doing in first year is that we were giving you all the fundamentals. We're giving you all of the theory upon which you start to then build your practice upon. And if you think about then how that would evolve into year 2, we would build on those fundamentals, and we start then to develop processes and skills around that as well. So in year 2, you begin to understand more around supervising staff, for instance, and leading teams. And in your second year, then you'll have that opportunity to become head chef or head waiting member of staff on that particular time. And that's your opportunity then to show some of these fundamentals that you've been learning. Our third year is our placement year, and we encourage all of our students to go on placement because it is actually one of the best opportunities for our students to really learn and to build on the theory and the skills that they've learned in year 1 and year 2. So the placement year is open to all of our students, and we have very little restrictions on where you can go. So we are very keen to work with companies across the world, hence the name of our programme. It's been international, and we have students who have been and spent their placement in Dubai, in Sydney, America, you name it. We are open to all opportunities there. And for many students who have links across the world, if they're able to meet the requirements of our placement year, then we're more than happy to send students to those particular places. So your placement year is a really big opportunity for you to really branch out as far as you want. But as well as that, we have lots and lots of really high-end local businesses as well, which we would also be marketing for our students as well. So the range is so wide for you. And what happens then in final year is that students all come back, having completed a placement year, and that is when the real learning has taken place. And it really means that in final year you can begin to apply knowledge to the optional modules that you choose. And it takes that year for you to be on placement for the penny to drop and the connections to be made, so that you can start to apply that whenever you start to pursue your final year modules. One question that's always asked is, how will I be taught? And the course itself is taught typically over 3 days per week, okay, which is about 11 to 12 hours per week in class. Now, each of our modules will require then an additional 164 hours for you outside of taught time to spend on developing your coursework or developing presentations or assignments, etc. as well. There's also personal study support and studies advisors. We have a really good platform called Blackboard, and that is where all of our information, online information, is stored, and that is where you will be accessing quite regularly throughout your time at university with us as well. The platform that we have is very well established, and it also means that you get really good contact, really good content, and that you really have good access to the library resources as well. We are very lucky in that our degree program is quite practical. So those practical classes that you have in the academy really do start to help to bond and develop and create relationships and friendships that very much take you right through the course of your degree program and into your career in hospitality as well. But we reinforce that with group work across each of the modules and in each of the year groups as well. And that really adds to the sense of developing a sense of belonging within your degree program, but it's really about developing those relationships that make your experience at university better and better, and consequently develops and adds to your marks and your capabilities. Because what we believe within our department is that we want you to be the best version of you that you can be, and that really works so well whenever you're around people who are like-minded as well. The facilities that I've talked about to include the Academy restaurant, and you'll see some photographs as we go through the presentation, but the Academy restaurant really is a state-of-the-art, I suppose a state-of-the-art concept. It's really a reflection on the investment that the university has put in towards our degree programme and really improving hospitality and developing hospitality moving forward as well. So you're really going to be the lucky students who are able to arrive on campus and actually get taught in a really state-of-the-art building. That is going to be named the Centre for Food and Drink, and it has just recently been opened. So whenever you arrive on campus, if you want to do this degree programme, we already have been up and running for 1 year. And the reality is that as we are up and running, and so many of the stakeholders within our industry want to get involved with us, and they want to come in and they want to be part of it. So you'll find that there's lots and lots of collaboration with key industry experts and influencers as well. And this gives you a bit of an overview as to how you will be taught in the practical sessions, because the practical part is something that our students are all really keen to understand more about upon induction. So I thought it was quite pertinent that we added it in here at this stage to give you an idea of what it will be like, what it will feel like, and what that will look like. And remember that out of your 3 days per week, you will be in here for just one of those days. Your other 2 days will be spent in the classroom environments. But this are these ranges of photographs, and you can follow the Academy restaurant on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. As I mentioned before, it's a commercial operation as well as an educational operation. But you can start to see here how our students currently operate within that environment, what they look like, what the uniforms like, and as well as that we are trying to incorporate a more contemporary style. And you'll see from these photographs, we have had a recent culinary salon, as we call them, with probably a chef that you recognise from TV, Jeremy. And he came here, and our students worked very closely with Jeremy Lee, putting menus together and really delivering on a really good experience there for our students. So that would be something that you become involved in, and the culinary salons will continue to grow and develop, and we run about 6 of those per academic year. I talked about the fact that it's a real world experience, and I suppose it's interesting to note that we are one of actually now only 5 other universities who deliver and work or provide students with a real life working environment such as we do in the academy. And I think that's one of the key pieces that set us apart whenever students are making the decisions about what programme to go on. And hospitality management is very much focused on developing those skills, developing those personalities around customer service, dealing with stressful situations, and putting our students into that situation is one of our major selling points. So the Academy restaurant is a fantastic opportunity for you to do that. Our learning approach, we are quite a small, strongly knit team here on the Belfast campus, and we pride ourselves on knowing each and every one of our students fairly well. Okay, we make sure that our learning approach to you is that we have an open door policy. We are in the business of delivering hospitality and culinary arts here, which means that we are very much around making your experience at university as positive as possible and making sure that we are looking after all of our students as well. So all of our students will have a studies advisor, which will be assigned to you from the beginning of year 1. And that member of staff will be assigned to you right up until whenever you graduate in year 4, and that ensures that you get a really strong relationship built up there with your team, with your lecturing team, so that you can again be the best version of yourself. In our second year, we allocate peer mentors, okay, and they are students in second year who we would asked to come forward, and what they do is then they become supportive for first year students, and they become a person who our first year students can connect to and reach out to if there should be any issue. In final year, you will have a dissertation or a research paper, and for that you will have a dissertation supervisor again to support you. All of our lectures, seminars, tutorial content, etc. is all available on our online platform. So anytime you arrive on campus and you arrive at a lecture, all of the lecture notes will be provided to you in advance. So you'll be walking into your lecture in advance, knowing what's going to be covered and able then to participate widely in the classes. You will receive regular feedback on your coursework. For any exams that we have, we do clinics before and after them, just to make sure that you are aware of maybe where you can develop or where you might need to put some work in on. We have regular inductions for library and the resources which are in the library. Our class sizes are small and our tutorial classes are small, so it means that our team really get to work closely with you as well. Placement is a big part of our degree programme, and we have lots of supporting mechanisms in there for you in advance of you going on placement, but also whilst you're on placement as well. There are careers sessions built into the degree programme, and you've got opportunities whereby you are able to add value to your degree programme by adding on different courses and different pieces that will add value to you whenever you graduate. And there are a wide range of student support services available across the Student Union. Placement, as I've mentioned, is one of our key selling points for any student who comes on to the hospitality management programme, because it is actually set up in such a way that the placement year comes in year 3, just whenever you're ready to go off and actually put all of these newfound skills, knowledge and understanding into practice. And you will see through the following photographs that our students are placed across the world. And what we'll do is that we invite key people into campus, and they will carry out interviews for students if they have already picked various places that they might want to get a placement for. So there are places that we have really strong relationships with, and we organise then the interviews to happen on campus here as well. So that again is a really big selling point for our students coming on. The placement opportunities, you can see from the photographs, you know, that our students who are supported whilst they're on placement with a placement academic supervisor who will go out and visit with them and spend time and make sure that all of the work has been done and that our students are being well looked after. And these are just some of the photographs that you can see through that as well. Why do we think that placement is really crucial for our students? The reality is that our students actually tend to achieve a higher final degree classification as a result of placement. And we find that our students who go off are able to be employed quicker upon graduation, but as well as that, they are already starting to develop their professional network whenever they are on placement, and they're already sort of adding to their employability as they're doing that. Through our partners, you'll also have opportunities to organise live events and volunteers at different prestigious events. And you'll note that I talked about events management at the beginning of it. And these are some of the examples of events that our students become part of whenever they start in year one. So if you want to go down the events management route, you will be exposed to a number of events that you and your classmates will be responsible for organising. We work very closely with charities, and any money that's raised is put towards the charities, and we also then have our own heat society here as well, so you also then get to generate money for your own degree programme here as well, and that means that we can go and do things with that money that is raised there as well. But again, you'll see that there are some really good opportunities for you to start to get involved within industry and then get involved with your own classmates or your uni mates as well. So really, a bit of an overview. This could be you. The world is your oyster when it comes to our degree programme. You know, we're very much a degree programme where we work with industry and we bring industry to you. So you are dealing with them directly on campus here in some of our restaurant facilities, etc. You get to travel and experience the world. As well as that, in our final year, instead of doing dissertation, you may opt to do a business plan. And that may be for some of you budding entrepreneurs out there who want to actually go into business and set up your own business. We have that opportunity in final year where you can do a business plan instead of a dissertation. And that's a really good opportunity for those of you who want to pursue your own business, that we give you the tools to help you to do that as well. We pride ourselves in the fact that our degree programme matches up with what our employers are wanting. Okay, so we make sure, as I mentioned earlier on, that we work with the Institute of Hospitality, but we make sure that all of our degree programmes and the assessments that we get our students to do, the group work that we get to do, the problems that we get our students to solve, they are all what our industry is looking for. So all of those communication skills, the ability to work in teams, all of those actually pay back whenever you go then to work within industry, because that's exactly what our employers are looking for. That's just an example of one of our visiting professors, Julie Hastings, from the Hastings Hotel Group, and what she's really doing there is endorsing our degree as something that whenever they are recruiting, that they are looking for potential members of staff who have our degree programme, because they know exactly what it is that our degree covers, and she knows then as a hotel group, they know that what we provide for our students is what they aligns very well with what the company is looking for. The course itself is on the Belfast campus, and you'll know by now that it is a brand new campus located in Belfast Cathedral Quarter. And I've already mentioned how we have state-of-the-art facilities, and we are continuing to develop and grow those facilities that we have here as well. So you'll be really lucky and fortunate whenever you arrive here in 2023. Because the Academy will have been established for about a year, and we will be continuing to grow and develop that as well. The new campus that we have in Belfast is going to accommodate up to 15,000 students and staff. So you'll find that whenever you arrive onto our Belfast campus that it is such a hustle and bustle of student life and experiences, surrounded by lots of lovely cafes and bars and restaurants, and it just means that you can really get yourself into the zone when it comes to hospitality and appreciating the whole industry. So this is a bit of an overview of the degree programme, and I've sort of tried to outline this today in terms of what you're going to learn as you go through the degree programme. One of the key things I would say to you is that it is a business management degree, specialising in hospitality, tourism and events management. Okay, that we have and that we do provide a really wide range of teaching and assessment strategies. And the key one of those being that we have a real life restaurant here that you're able to learn and develop your skills in as well. Lots of really good career opportunities which are just changing every year as our industry has changed, and you'll find things like events managers, food and beverage managers, conference managers, tourism officers are just some of the potential jobs that you may get upon graduation from our degree programme. The courses are continually reviewed to take advantage of new teaching approaches and developments. So you may find that whenever you start our course in 2023 that some of the assessment strategies may have changed, because we're very much looking at what our students want and what works for students. So you may find that there may be some changes in terms of how we are innovatively approaching teaching and learning, but that's a good thing as well. So if you need any further information, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the university, and the details are there. And obviously as well, you've got UCAS coming up as well, and the details about how to do that are on the website. So wishing you all the very best, and I hope that I have tried to inspire you around the International Hospitality Management Programme. And I'm hoping that you'll get to sort of get an idea of what that looks like and what it would feel like to be on campus here as well. And looking forward to seeing you then over the coming year. Thank you very much.